Hello everyone, this is Jishnu from Group G36 of Project School, and this is our project, a summary of our project to be precise, and what we have achieved till date. So our project's name is Visual Aid for the Visually Impaired, and it is a mobile-based app. Coming to the overview of our project, our goal is to make an application that allows the user to select an image from his phone or gallery, phone through his gallery or through his camera, and send it to a remote API for description generation. And the user is able to further ask questions about the description that has been generated. And this application also supports sending messages, basically text messages, and it maintains a persistent chat history using a local database. We'll get to the tech stack which we use to implement this later. Features. Coming to the features, we have image selection. This is where the user selects the image. Image description generation. This is where the request is sent to the API to generate a description. Chat interface. This is something like a WhatsApp messages or Instagram messages, except the uh, agents involved in the conversation are the user and an API, a model that is. And then chat history. Chat history is basically storing all the responses that have already been made. For reference, let's say ChatGPT, as it stores all the conversations we have already had, something like that. And then text to speech. So yeah, as simple as it is, it converts text to speech. This is achieved by using a module called TTS. Main components. Coming to the main components, we have the image picker screen. This is where the image, selection happens. The chat history screen where the chat history is shown. The chat screen where the user is able to communicate to the API through text messages. A message model, and and a chat history. And our coming to our mission, it is to revolutionize access to ideas and technology, enabling all individuals to realize their full creative potential. And through collaboration, innovation, and a commitment to inclusivity, we strive to create a more equitable and inspiring one. Keeping all this aside, we strive to help others through our app and hoping that it will help others, navigate through their life happily. So workflow. Coming to the workflow, the user opens the app and is shown the image picker screen where they can either choose an image from the gallery or take a new photo with the camera. This is all a basic thing which the user is literally able to just select an image. And the user can send text messages or additional images which are saved in the chat history using the Hive database. This is one of the tech stacks we have used, a DBMS app which we use to store all this data. And they can also navigate to the chat history screen to view the chat history, including all messages, image descriptions, and timestamps. So this is done to basically cut the, you know, all the redundancy that takes place when, for example, if the user has already been to a place and has already described an image already, and there's no need to actually do this again and again. Something like, you know, you don't want to go, you want something to store this stuff. For example, a route that's been taken over and over again for commute, stuff like that. That is what we want the chat history to be for. And then the app navigates to the chat screen and uploads the selected image to the Hugging Face API for description generation. For now, we are using a Hugging Face VQA model for this specific description generation, and the generated image description is then displayed in the chat interface. So as simple as it sounds, to summarize the whole workflow, it is basically the user selecting an image, which will be image from the picture, the gallery or the camera, and it will be sent to the API, which gives him the whole description in text, which is again spoken out as speech. As we already said, a feature was speech to text, text to speech. So coming to the competitive analysis, we took a step back to survey our industry's competitive landscape in order to gain insights that would allow us to better serve our clients. We achieved that and also gained a deeper understanding of our place in the creative industry. This is basically how, I mean, we were exposed to, for example, let's say the Flutter community and how they work and what we have to go through in order to actually create an application that works, and the challenges that come with it and the satisfaction we get when we actually achieve what we set out to do. And next, coming to the tech stack, we use Flutter, which is the main core that is driving our whole app. And we chose Flutter because it was able to basically, help us in implementing all of our features that we actually wanted our app to have. And it is a cross-platform app development framework for building high-performance, visually attractive, and natively compiled application for mobile, web, and desktop from a single code base. And to be honest, it's kind of very accessible and easy to use. In Dart, coming to Dart, it is the programming language we use for developing Flutter applications. Whereas Flutter is basically the framework and Dart operates on a deeper level. And then Hive, a lightweight embedded NoSQL database used for data persistence in the application. This is the main thing we used for storing the chat history that comes from the model, and in helping the user not go through all the janjat of having to navigate through situations he's already been to. And Hugging Face, this has come in clutch as it has helped us to use APIs for generating images and giving descriptions. So this is really nice because we have a whole catalog of APIs ready for us to use. So yeah, features to be added. This is something we are still working on. The first one is implement a secure authentication system for users and caregivers, because in case the app can be used for malicious purposes, in the sense that we have given basically a feature of our app is we give caregivers access to this, and the caregivers can communicate and actually sort through what is seen in the app. And if it falls in the wrong hands, it may lead to potential harm of the client who is actually using our app. And then the next one, to implement voice commands or speech recognition to allow users to input queries and commands using their voice. So yeah. And the third one is define criteria or rules to identify hazardous situations based on the generated text descriptions. Presence of specific keywords, objects, or scenarios. For example, a stop sign, or maybe spikes, or sorry, a fire on the road, or a puddle of water. We strive to achieve this by fine tuning the model. Okay. So next one, to implement functionality to trigger an alarm or notification when a hazardous situation is detected. So this is very essential because the user needs to be notified when there's a hazardous situation. This is the whole point of our app. So as we have still been working on actually description generation, this is coming at the later stage and it is not that hard to achieve. And the fifth and final feature that we want to add is implement the same features that were used, but with videos. This we achieve to do this by using video models rather than image models. We just need to replace the image models we have used with video models. While it adds a level of complexity, it makes the whole experience a lot more efficient for the user, as he can't keep taking images with every step he takes. So yeah, that's it, and thank you for your time. And this is what we have achieved till date and what we strive to achieve. Thank you.